Hello and good evening and welcome to Chaturday Live. My name is Jason Robinson and I'm the host. This evening we are going to have a special show for you. We're going to be joined by the fantastic Mr. Lee Christoph Mind, who's going to be on the show performing, answering some questions for us and hopefully giving us a better insight into what he does. Tonight's show has been put on at 8:30 this evening purely for your entertainment and informational purposes. We do encourage you to join in, add comments, hit the like button and subscribe because this will all be relevant during the show. So if you'd like to participate, remember we are fully interactive. Get your comments in, they will be relevant through the show and we will be asking you to join in at certain points as well. Chaturday Live, for those that are new to joining us, is here for supporting of mental health awareness. For those people that are in lockdown, having a very hard time, we are here to offer a little bit of light entertainment. We do not talk politics, we do not talk news. We're literally here for entertainment and for your purposes only. So if you have any information that you'd like us to share on the page, please do get in contact with us via our Facebook or email address. Tonight's show is going to be one of misdirection, one of confusion, and for me personally, it's going to be very, very distorted. I've got the words wrong then. Very upsetting for me. I personally do not like mind reading. I do not like magic. I do not like mind reading. I do not like trickery because I do not like to not know what's going on. My next guest knows that very, very well. So when I offered him the opportunity to come on the show and talk about what he did, he stipulated as long as he could perform and use me as a guinea pig. So if I do look uncomfortable at any point during the show, there's a high chance it's because I genuinely am uncomfortable. I must stipulate and put a warning out there that the performance through tonight has not been scripted. Everything that is going to be done on the show is purely live. I am experiencing the mysticalness of mind reading firsthand with you on the show. So I promise you, all reactions and your communication are genuine. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, and I please do want you to join in. Please join in and welcome us to the stage, or to the show, Mr. Lee Christoph. Hello, Lee.
Hello. Aha. How are you doing? You all right?
Yes, thank you very much. How are you? Good?
Yeah, I'm good. Good. Thank you.
Thank you very much for saying that you'd come on the show. It is very much appreciated. We're trying to get some diversity on the show, and I don't think we get any more diverse on the show than having a mind reader. So we're going to go, if it's okay with you, we're going to go through some questions. We're going to find out a little bit about you. And if you have time, we'll do some mind reading as well, obviously, and give a bit of entertainment while we go along.
Okay.
So mind reading. So you're not a magician and you're not a psychic.
No.
What is it you actually do?
Right. So I create the illusion of mind reading by using some conjuring skills, but also using various psychological techniques. So like subliminal persuasion, influence, linguistic trickery. So yeah, it's a bit like a party political broadcast, but with more entertainment value, I suppose. Okay.
And how did you get into mind reading?
Well, I suppose really, I mean, it started back in when I was like, a 7-year-old 80s sort of geek, really, and with the Paul Daniels magic set. I think all boys, or girls even, had the Paul Daniels magic set, and that was the start of it. And then I could kind of remember watching the TV show, the Paul Daniels TV show, and seeing some people come on who did stuff with the mind and being kind of interested in that, because the tricks that a lot of the tricks you'd see Paul Daniels do with big boxes and or balls under cups, or whatever he was doing, cupping balls or whatever it is, he was doing tricks where you would really know from having the magic set kind of what might be going on. But with the mind stuff, that was kind of like, I don't understand what's going on here. This is really quite strange and amazing. So that was why that was the first thing that really got me into that mind magic type thing. But then after that, magic sort of then kind of went off the radar. It wasn't, that wasn't very cool anymore. As you grow up, it kind of seems like it's not very cool, especially when you kind of get into your teens. And that was when I started playing like guitar. So I was playing guitar, playing in bands, and that's what it was all about then. It was about playing bands. So yeah, the whole magic-y kind of thing went away. But then when I was 21, I started getting into psychology. I'd done a few different jobs by then and hadn't really enjoyed the jobs that I'd been doing and wasn't quite sure where I was going. So then it was a case of looking at studying something else, and psychology was something I was really interested in. And I looked into taking various courses in psychology, and yeah, that was kind of the next kind of building block, I suppose. The magic, and then the building block, and the performance of playing in a band as well. That was there as well. And then probably the big thing was when I was around a friend's house, and we turned on the TV, and there was this guy doing some very cutting edge kind of TV on Channel 4 that looked like kind of a science, but it also looked like maybe it could have been a bit magic. And of course, that was Derren Brown. Which, at the time, I hadn't heard of him. Now everybody's heard of him, or most people have. And yeah, I kind of looked at that and I was like, oh, I quite like that. I'd quite like to have a go at that. So I started to watch what he was doing. I could see, some psychology in there, and there's maybe a little bit of conjuring. And yeah, it was like, So I started reading books and getting into it. And here we are now, ready to frazzle your brain.
Yeah. Okay. So, so you've got out. So you're now Lee Christoph, the mind reader. Now, the word mind reader, I suppose you get asked a few questions. I mean, do you get asked questions like, can you tell their future? Stuff like that,
Yeah, well, you do get various questions. One of the questions is, can you tell me my star sign? People want to know if I can guess their star sign. What's the password or PIN code to my computer? That's another one. And then probably the big one that a lot of people ask is, what's next week's lottery numbers? Those sorts of questions.
Yeah, I've got my pen. If you just want to just shout those out for us, that'd be fantastic. if you don't,
who knows?
Who knows? Now, so when I have a guest on the show, I deliberately try and do a little bit of research, because that's what a good host would do. So sure. I've had a look around your Facebook page, your Instagram, your Twitter, and obviously your website. Now it says that you can give others the ability to read minds. Now, okay, that confused me. How does that work, and is it something you can learn to do?
It is something you can learn to do.
Okay.
With a bit of practice, anyone can do it, but it takes a lot of practice to become proficient at it, and of course, with great power comes great responsibility, Jay. So I can't give you too many secrets.
Well, well, okay. Well, you know me personally. You know that I don't like this sort of thing. So
absolutely.
Maybe to help me understand it a little bit better.
Yeah.
Can you teach me to do a little bit of mind reading, maybe?
We can try. We can try. Well,
okay.
I can probably help you focus your intuition a little bit. I think everybody is easily swayed into thinking in a certain way. And if you just kind of like, say a random or ask a random question off the cuff, like, if you were to think of any vegetable right now, if you think of any vegetable, then, most people would think of a carrot. So that would probably be like, so that kind of thing. Or if I said, think of a color, then you're probably going to think of red, or there's a good chance that someone's going to be thinking blue. So you can quickly start to, build upon that. So they're the building blocks that you can kind of build on top of. So yeah, we can try something now if you want.
Go. Yeah, all right. Do I need anything?
Okay. Well, so before we go on, we should mention that I did ask you to bring a piece of paper and a pen with you tonight.
Yes.
But other than that, you have no idea what we're actually going to do, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And you're not an actor and a stooge? You're not an actor or a stooge?
No, not at all.
Not that we know of.
No, if anybody actually knows me, you would know that this is the last thing I would want to do in a million years. So yeah, most definitely.
And You're a real human being. I didn't say to you before the show, here's 20 quid, just play along with me. You are completely genuine, yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the question I have for you, Jay, is, are you artistic?
No, I've been tested. Oh, no, no, not really. No, I can.
Can you draw or paint at all?
Nothing that's worth putting out there for money, that's for sure.
Okay, well,
but I can definitely give something a go if need be.
A simple doodle, that's all we're going to need. Nothing
Okay.
too complicated.
Okay, right.
Okay, so I've been looking on the world's #1 art gallery, Google Images.
Okay.
Yeah. Other search engines are available, we should point out. And I found a random picture.
A random picture.
Random picture.
Okay.
Before you ask, it's not Bernie sitting in a chair with wearing mittens. It's a very basic picture. Okay.
Because I can't draw that. That's
okay. That's old news. I found a different picture. Okay, a random picture. Okay. Now, what you need to know about this image is that it's an individual thing. It's living or inanimate. It's something everyone would recognize.
Right.
And it's certainly not rude. Look at disappointment on your face there, Jay.
Yeah, okay, well, my teenage years have gone to waste.
So your challenge is to simply work out what picture I have in mind here on Google, the one I'm looking at right now.
Okay.
And draw it without me giving you any clues. Now, you can't just guess. That won't work.
Right, okay.
I want you to follow my instructions and enter into this with absolute belief that you can do this.
Okay. Do I need this pen and paper at hand ready?
Absolutely. Get your pen and piece of paper. Your pen and piece of paper.
I feel like the girl from Channel 4 when you go at night time when it goes off.
Oh yeah, the test card. Yeah.
That's it. Go for it. I've got it there.
So only if you really embrace the notion that you could somehow just know what this image is, will it work? Okay. So just leave the paper and pen down there for a moment on the table.
Yeah.
And just look straight into your webcam. Look straight at me.
Okay, yes.
Sit up nice and straight.
Yes.
And relax. Okay.
Yes.
So sitting up straight but relaxing.
Yes.
Maybe not easy to do, but have a go. Now this might not work 100%, but hopefully we will have some sort of success, possibly.
Okay.
Right, hang on a minute.
Right.
You've got something in the back of your mind right here, and that's starting to distract me now. So,
okay.
Have you got a song running through your head, Jay, right now? Have you got a song running through your head? Have you had a song running through your head today?
Yes.
Yeah. Was it Daft Punk? Get Lucky.
Right. I'm not allowed to swear because that's not funny.
No, right. Forget that because that's distracting. Right. Stop thinking about that and just think about this picture. Okay. So get the picture in your head. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. I want you to imagine a large white cinema screen in front of you.
Yes.
And start to see the outline forming. Okay. So see the outline of this image. Okay. Just see it. Look straight at me. And now you see it growing in size. Okay. And then, no, it fades away. That's gone. That's gone. Okay. That's wrong. Okay. Really try to visualize it. Okay. We will try again. Okay. So keep looking straight at the screen.
Okay.
And letting another image form.
Okay.
This time the image, it's glowing like a neon sign.
Right. Okay.
And the outline of this image becomes really strong. You start to see a little bit more detail.
Yeah.
The image becoming clearer and more defined. And stop. Right. Whatever you've got, whatever picture you see right now in your mind, which is completely, you had no idea you were going to be thinking of it. Just draw it now, but keep it, so we can't see it. So off you go. Just draw that. You can keep it simple, okay? It doesn't have to be like,
I feel really bad. I apologise in advance if there's any artists out there because I really can't draw.
Okay, so just draw, and this is out of shot, so we can't see what you're drawing at the moment, so that's fine. If you feel that it's not clear what you've drawn, then feel free to write underneath what it is. You can do that as well.
I don't think I'm that bad. I think I should be able to. I think, hopefully. Please give me a rating out of 10.
You should be able to draw this.
A It depends what you.
How are we doing? I mean, when I said keep it simple, Jay.
I am. I promise you, I am. I am. But like you say, it might not.
If you were thinking of Spaghetti Junction or something, this is a worry.
Right.
Okay.
I'm done.
You're done. Okay. All right. Can you do me a favor now? Can you hold it up and show everybody at home? Because I think everybody would have been playing along with this and trying to work it out as well. So everyone want to see how close everyone else got to what you'd got. So just hold it up and let's have a look.
I feel bad.
How did he do?
Wrong.
Let's have a look. How did he do? Okay. All right. Now, was that the only thing that came into your mind? The first thing that came into your mind was that another instrument, or tell me about that? What was that? The first one.
That was different.
That was different. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, this isn't too bad. This is pretty good because this has actually gone a lot better than I expected. Let me show you, Jay. On here, this is what I had. Look.
That's not funny. That's not funny. That is not funny. I thought that is going to be. I thought, right. I'll tell you what. He's going to think house, dog, something like that. I thought he's going to think that if I do that, that is going to be something that you wouldn't normally put on a piece of. Right. Anybody that's just seen that in the comments, if anybody got that or was playing along, or then feel free to comment and say.
If anyone got an instrument or any sort of that, then you're probably doing this as well as Jay did. But obviously, this worked better with Jay because I was talking to Jay directly. But you never know; someone else might have got somewhere close. So
that's bad. That's bad. You're horrible. You know I don't like that.
I know you don't like it. Sorry.
I've moved 370 miles away from you, Lee, because I don't like that. Okay, that is not fair. Right.
Distance is no object now. We're on StreamYard and Zoom and everything else. This is how we're doing it now.
Right. And I genuinely swear. I mean, if you could, I don't know if a good example would be. Let's have a look. I was going to show you that my heart rate has deliberately gone up. That is
okay.
On my watch. That is that is horrible. That's not funny. Right. I've got.
Have I thrown you out?
Right, let's get back put me track. Off a little bit.
Come on. Here we go.
Right. Okay, right. We're going to forget. We're going to forget that. Right. Can we go into some Can we go into some more questions now? Because I need to get.
We can go into questions. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That was horrible.
I've run out of tea. I've got my mug as well. Look.
Yes, I sent you that like over a month or so ago. Thank you very much for buying that. For anybody it's just like a little bit of really guilty promotion. Remember, if you do buy the mug, the profits from buying the Chaturday Live mugs do go to charity. They do not go to me. I don't make any benefit from it, as you can see with my dodgy cam and really bad green screen. So I don't make any profits. Right, Mr. Lee. Okay, so
Lee,
Mr. Lee. Right, okay. So back to the actual questions.
Yes.
So we don't talk about politics. We don't talk about current events, but there is an obvious current event that is playing a big part in entertainment, and that is what you do.
Absolutely.
So I can imagine with the mind reading and the other things that you said that you did, like being in a band and stuff, you kind of need an audience to do that. So how have you personally found this situation that we're in, COVID, and not being able to entertain in public? How have you taken this time? And, we're going to get on to what you have to offer because of this. But I mean, how have you personally found it? And, what have you done productively through this period?
Yeah, so I play music as well, as you said, and that has been, absolutely devastating for everybody who plays music. They can't go out and perform in public. So, of course, there is a lot of taking that online. There's a lot of people streaming, just from their bedrooms or from venues. If you're a band and you're finding venues and you can perform a gig socially distanced and then bring the cameras in. So there are various options at the minute. But yeah, it's just it's because it's all come online and it's all sort of there in that little screen or on that screen in your hand. It's there's so much choice, So it's I think it's forcing bands and artists to be trying to work out how they can be different and stand out from the crowd. But yeah, it's as far as playing live goes, it's just not happening at the moment out in the real world. So it's hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get back out there and play music and do this as well, because of course I do this. I do a lot of this kind of stuff at weddings. So sort of mix and mingle around tables and at the reception, I just kind of meet with people and we do this kind of crazy mind reading stuff, and entertains people for a little while they're waiting for the meal to come out. Whatever.
Yeah, I think, as a lot of people who know me and know you know that we have worked together in the past. Obviously, we've crossed paths in music, and obviously we've been together at weddings and venues. And as I said, I don't like it when you do it, because I've seen you do it. I've seen you do this at weddings when we've worked together with the tricks, and obviously the results are astounding. Obviously, when they go really well. Is it? I mean, how long have you been doing this? Performing, obviously, you've been interested in it a long while. I mean, how long has it been a performance?
Yeah, about probably around about 10 years, give or take. But it's been a very it's kind of just worked alongside other projects. So there's not been sort of a huge push to do this sort of out in public until sort of the last five years or so. Yeah, and I think that comes from having that confidence of going out and being more, as I said earlier, proficient in being able to do it and hopefully get the results, because it's not it's not always 100%. It's not like a magic trick where it's always going to work. There are elements of it might not work. It's a kind of a 95% success rate, I guess. So it's but that's what makes it exciting, makes it a little bit more interesting. That not everybody is that easily influenced or manipulated, but it's most of the time it works, and that's why now I'm sort of happy going out and doing it, because most of the time it does work, I think.
I've got obviously we get questions coming in live. Do you mind if I just stick one up as a question?
Yeah, sure.
This one's from Caroline. You can read that.
What's your favorite trick? Oh, right, okay. Okay, so I quite like anything. I mean, I sort of picked something that was my favorite to do on you, Jay, which is the idea of the reverse sort of mind reader, giving the other person the ability to sort of be able to kind of pick up on the whatever it is, the picture or the word or the number or whatever. I quite like that. Other than that, I quite like. I like stuff to do with passwords. I think that's quite fun. So when I go out and perform, I never, ever divulge anybody's information. So I always say, we're going to make up a new password, or we're going to make up a new PIN code. So sometimes I get people to just reset their phone and, or just write down like a PIN code. But it's not one that's their real PIN code, because, that's too dangerous. You shout out someone's PIN code in the middle of a wedding, but there's someone over the other side of the room hacking their, so you don't want that. So it's always let's pick some new information, or some information that you don't use. Sometimes we use old passwords, but I quite enjoy that. That's quite good fun, trying to work out what that might be.
I'm going to put a question up now that's come on. I mean, you don't have to answer it, but I think it's a fair question. It's from Gary. What happens when it does go wrong? Because you said it's only 95% proof.
Yeah. Normally just normally run away and sit in the corner and cry.
That's the simple answer. That's the simple answer.
If that's a wedding, that's always, that's not good. People expect to see, maybe a bridesmaid crying, but not the entertainment.
So we haven't mentioned it. So with the COVID situation, everything, like say, musicians have gone online, they're uploading YouTube videos, doing live streams and stuff like that. And this is no different. The reason why we've got you on the show is because you're promoting something yourself. So you're doing this, obviously not the tricks that you've done this evening, but you're doing a live show that people can tap into and sign up to. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. So as you said, what I've done here tonight is a little bit different. The stuff that's in the show, the format is a little bit different, and it's it's from here in this random space that I've created, my dungeon, and it's yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm at home. We haven't had the decorators in yet, but it's essentially. Me sitting here talking to people through Zoom. We use Zoom for it, and the idea is that it's a sort of an intimate situation where we can try mind reading for entertainment right through the screen, which is quite frightening. And for me, not for might be a little frightening, but to try and do it with that screen in the way is even more frightening than going out and doing it in the real world. But yeah, that's what we're going to try and do. So that's through the wonders of Zoom.
They can find you.
Oh, there we are.
So if you go over to leechristoff.com/show, there'll be an element there where you can sign up using your email address. And then when your shows are available, you will ping out an email to let people know what's going on and how to get in contact. If it's something, obviously, by the end of this show, hopefully it's something that you're interested in. Or, especially if you've got some friends and family that you know that are just as bad as me and you want to embarrass them as well, get in contact with Lee. He's there as well. And you can... get the newsletter and the information when the shows are about to go live and sign up for those. Also, while we're here with self-plugging, you can find Lee on Facebook and on Instagram at Lee Christoph Mind. So definitely go and check those out. We've got another comment. I'm guessing this is because there's a high chance that it's probably because I think you've done this on Callum. Right? Do you have any drunk best men getting bamboozled stories?
Oh, Callum, yes. Yeah. Okay. Not too drunk. I mean, I think when people are drunk, it makes it really complicated to start the trick, let alone bamboozle them. They're bamboozled before we start the trick. So, or whatever it is we're trying to do. You try and explain, I want you to think of your password. And of course they can't because they're too drunk. So, so you kind of don't really get to the point of being able to do, kind of go, da-da, and, because they're already, slumped over on the table or whatever. But sometimes, I've had people who have been very drunk, but have still been sort of coherent enough to be able to try and upset a routine that I might be doing with people. So, sort of shouting something, if I'm saying, look here at this word, but don't show me. And, this drunk person will come over and go, oh, yeah. They've written shoes, and then brilliant, right? So then we have to go back to square one. So we've had that kind of stuff. People, kind of being a little bit drunk and not really understanding what's going on and upsetting the start of it.
Yeah, I think so. With mind reading, as you said, so you've got Darren Brown, who's obviously who's a master at it. Obviously, he's the master. He's done books. He's done TV series and all sorts. What can people expect? What the kind of reaction? What kind of scenario are you expecting people to be in when you're doing these Zoom shows? Then is this quite laid back on the sofa?
Absolutely.
One-on-one? You're doing mass.
Yeah. You don't have to. There's no dress code or anything like that. As long as you've got your trousers on, or you don't even have to have trousers on if you're sat there. As long as you've got a top on, and you look respectable, that's always a help. Because other people will be in on the Zoom show as well.
Okay, so that's what I was going to say. So it's not just a one-on-one; it's an actual show. It is multiple people all joining in together.
Yeah, we are trying to create, as best as possible in these times, some kind of theatre through Zoom. It's not the easiest thing to do, and it's not really the platform designed for it. But as you've seen, as everybody's seen, I'm sure everybody's sick of being on Zoom, really. So I might have to find a different way of doing it. But there's a gallery view, or there's the speaker view, which is you spotlight the speaker. So that would, in this case, that would be me. So and then we would bring other people in using the spotlight feature. So that's like bringing people up on stage. And then everyone's kind of in the little thumbnails at the top. So that's a little bit like sort of looking around in the theatre and seeing other people sat around you. So that's kind of how it kind of trying to give it that kind of liken it to that kind of thing, and then bring people in and out, maybe have a whole gallery view when everyone's involved. So the idea is to try and get everybody involved. It's that's quite difficult. I don't know if you've been in a Zoom meeting where everyone turns their microphone on at the same time. Bonkers. Especially if you've then got lag from people's internet connections. So I'm sure it'll be be technical mayhem. But
if anybody's a teacher as well, you'll have the opposite effect when nobody puts their microphone on.
That's right. Yeah. But no, we think we've ironed out most of the technical issues, and of course Zoom is getting better all the time as well. In this time, adding features all the time, and of course we can use other platforms as well if needs be. And then the shows, I've been testing the material, testing the shows with people. Some of the people I think who are watching tonight, you know who you are, have been involved and have been part of the testing process. So we're kind of just about ready to kind of go live properly. There is going to be just a few more couple of test shows that we're going to be doing over the next couple of weeks. So that's some people who have already signed up. Some people have already signed up, and I must say, if you haven't got the email yet to say thank you for signing up, that's because we had the technical issue with the form, but that's been ironed out now as well. So very shortly, those test subjects, the first people, my testees that are going to be the first lot, they'll be coming in and doing that, and then we'll be opening it up to everybody else.
Can we just reiterate that your lab rats, who you're calling, your test subjects, are they still mentally okay after having this test done on them? Oh yeah,
everyone's fine. Everyone goes away perfectly happy and entertained.
No one's walking around barking or clucking anymore, nothing like that.
No. That is one thing. There's no hypnosis, hypnosis through the screen, nothing like that. I don't do hypnotism. It's just, I mean, it's really difficult to do that through the screen, and if you did, and then someone just went boom, like down on their, on their
you
coffee
just see on the
table.
screen someone's laptop just shut, and you're just like, uh-oh.
Yeah, you can't do anything about it. Everyone's in lockdown. I can't come and help you. So,
have a safety word. I think I've got another question come through for you that you can read as well. This one's from Darren. Is there a target audience who are particularly susceptible to the form of psychology, or any one type of people who are more difficult to read? Do you find that when you're doing your audiences live, obviously when you were doing them in front of people, could you could gauge, like you say, who would be more susceptible, who wouldn't? As you've said, drunk people, big no, it's probably not going to work.
Drunk people, we've spoken about them. I sometimes think it's harder to do mind reading for younger people. So if their children tend, like at a wedding, sometimes people say, there's some children over here, can you do some mind reading with them? Really difficult. Normally children's minds are quite abstract, so to start with, they're going to be they're going to have kind of mad stuff in their minds. It's easier to read the minds of adults, because by the time we're adults, we are all perfectly conditioned to certain ways of thinking and acting in most cases. So but with children, they're kind of a lot of children are kind of crazy, but in a good way, and therefore that's not always easy to kind of read a mind of children. But yeah, if the older, so sort of early 20s and upwards, that sort of starts to become easier, and by the time someone is 30, 40, then easy to read their minds. But to be honest, you can't really read anybody's mind or influence anybody's mind or manipulate anybody's mind unless they want to. So it's kind of like the hypnotism thing as well. You've got to want to kind of be involved, and if you don't want to be involved and you shut your mind down, then I can't get in. It's not like I can just kind of get into your head. I can only do it if you give me information, and you don't realize you're giving me information, but you do. And so if someone's very open and they want to give that information, then it's easy to read their mind. So I wouldn't say there's one type of person, but probably the overarching thing is an open mind, basically, an open person and a willing subject. I must stipulate now, because
We are live, but live means several different things. We are live, but there is, because of the service we use, there is around about a 30-second delay for those who are watching it at home on their services. So what I'm going to say to you now, eventually, very soon, I'm going to be asking for audience participation, if we can use that word over the internet. So those guys who are watching, thank you very much for sticking around. I hope you're enjoying the show and the questions and answers, and obviously the reading at the beginning of the show. We're going to need you guys to comment and play a part in the final performance from Mr. Christoph. So it is going to be a case of fingers on the buzzers, because the quicker you get your answers in and comments through, the easier and smoother it does for the show as well. So we do need a few of you to comment. So when we do ask you to, please get involved, please comment. If you are still watching as well, to help the trick go along, please obviously hit the like button as well to let us know that you're here, because we can only see so much on our page as well. So make sure you hit the like button on this live stream. And when we ask you to comment, don't feel somebody else is going to comment, because you may be the reason why we need that extra person to comment. So feel free to everybody get involved. With mind reading then, as we've said, we can find you. I'll put that back up again because I like a little bit of publicity. So you get to leechristoff.com/show, and that's where you can sign up to get the notification.
That is where the form is.
Right, to the form to say that you would like to go. And as I reiterated, because we are on the old interwebs, it doesn't matter where you are, because it's done on Zoom. You don't have to be, like you say, around the corner from Lee. You can be all the way up here in Cumbria, where I am, or in the northeast, or even in a different country, depending on the time zone. We don't want you to get up at 2:30 in the morning, but if you're that into it, please sign up. Send Lee a nice little message on his website, which you can see at the bottom there. Or at the same time, again, another self plug. Squeeze this one on top. Finally, on Facebook and Instagram, Lee Christoph Mind. You'll find that he posts reaction images that he's done through the years as well on his Instagram, so you can get a good idea of what he does. The Facebook is constantly updated with new information and bits and bobs of the show that may interest you. So again, check over those. And again, as we're all self-publicising, if you're coming from Lee's social circle, please do us a favour and make sure you do like Chaturday Live as well for more fantastic guests in the future. Now, with the old...
It's going crazy already, Jay. It's going crazy.
Well, your phone's going crazy, is it?
Yeah, there's people signing up. It's
I see Darren's just put signed up for good. Right.
Right. Wonderful.
We've got another comment coming in.
Yeah, okay.
You can read this one out. You can help me out here. Go for
it.
On the screen.
There we go. Just there we lovely. Okay. Jay's clearly out. Yeah, okay. Have there been any extreme reactions to your show? Have there been any extreme reactions to the show?
I think one would be, have you had people...
Is this the Zoom, are we talking about the Zoom show, Kev? Is that what we're talking about?
It might be the Zoom show.
I guess he means the Zoom show from the tests that we've done. So, and the answer to that is yes. People are extremely freaked out by doing it over Zoom because they're in their own house, and I think that's when you're out in public, a function or an event, and you're doing this mind reading stuff, you're on a sort of a mutual ground. We're still sort of on mutual ground because I'm here and they're in their living room, or any show, Kev now says. So let's talk about the Zoom show first, Kev. Okay. But yeah, so that's been interesting because there are moments where I try and bring it into the living room of the people. So that's there's been a few reactions. And then outside in the real world, there's been a few crazy moments. I did have there was someone at a wedding where I can't remember what we were doing. I think we were doing something with the name of the first. So I asked this guy if he could think of the first person he had a crush on, and then did what I do and managed to write down this name, and I turned it around, and the name that I'd got was the name of his first crush, at which point he dropped his pint and he ran just out of the venue. and I don't know where he went.
You probably shouldn't do that to the groom when his new bride is standing next to him. I'm joking.
No,
It
wasn't the groom.
That's okay. I think, as you've seen my reaction in person when we've done it before, when you've done this sort of thing on me and over the internet, and a lot of people are probably watching now and saying, I would probably like to see more again. We've pre-organised with Mr. Christoph himself that we're going to do a prize giveaway tonight. And it's quite simple. The prize giveaway is that Lee's service on the Zoom it's a paid service. It's obviously a business that he set up, obviously while we're in lockdown and obviously for the future as well. But Lee is giving away 2 people free access to his Zoom over the next coming year. And all you have to do is simply go over to Lee Christoph's page, which I will post on there. Lee Christoph's page. He's going to post up an image of Chaturday Live, and underneath it, you're going to just put "pick me." And then, if that is the case, then Lee will then contact you directly via Facebook, and possibly be. Is that okay?
Yeah. Have I got to put this image up now, or because I?
No.
Okay, right.
No.
So,
well, you'll be contacted. So Lee will put an image up of the Chaturday page. I will send him probably a still of this show.
Okay,
at
brilliant.
Some point, and then tomorrow, or whatever. But make sure you go over there and like his page anyway, because he will appreciate that. And then all you have to do is go "pick me." Put the words "pick me" underneath that image. And then Lee will contact you directly at some point. And if you're lucky enough to be a winner, then obviously you will be given a promotion code, which then when the show is live, you'll go onto the Zoom website, type in that promotion code, and that will give you free access to the show. And he's given away 2 of those throughout the year as well. So make sure you do head over there. He'll probably put that up later on this evening or definitely tomorrow. So keep an eye out on his page. I think that we're ready, to fade on out. So again, it's a case of everybody, as I said to you before, it's fingers on buzzers. We will need audience participation for this part of the show as well. Again, as I've said, I do not know anything about this show. There is now a glass with a question mark in it, which means that I'm going to be totally freaked out. This is not funny. Right. Mr. Christoph, what is it you would like us to do, sir?
Well, to finish, I thought we could talk about that big question that I got asked earlier, which is what's next week's lottery numbers?
Oh.
So, are you all right if we give that a try? Is that okay?
Give it a go. Go for it.
Okay. And we can involve everyone watching on Facebook, YouTube as well. Yeah, is that okay?
That's the one, yep.
Okay.
If you're seeing the comments coming up on the screen, it's because you're probably watching it on the Chaturday Live page. And if not, please make sure you go over to that, because that is where we definitely get the comments. But for everybody that's watching, make sure you do start fingers on buzzers as soon as you hear what you need to do. I don't know what that is, but get them in. Go for it.
Okay, so basically there's a lot of evidence I've been reading to suggest that choosing lottery numbers as a group can be more effective than just picking them on your own. So as we've got a group of people, the Facebook, YouTube audience as a group, I thought it'd be interesting to use people to try and choose some numbers. Another well-documented fact is that people who play numbers that have a personal meaning to them tend to have better luck. So now I've played the lottery a few times, but that was back in 2016. But as far as I'm aware, the rules haven't really changed. I believe it's still 6 numbers, 1 to 59. Yeah.
Well, there's like 7 different versions of lottery, but we'll go with the classic.
We go with the classic. Yeah, let's go with the classics. That's always good. So in a moment, Jay, when you say go, and I know there's going to be a little bit of a delay with. I'd like anyone watching to comment a number from 1 to 59 that has some meaning to them.
Okay.
And we will take the first 6 numbers that come in.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Right. So they're going to comment numbers between 1 and 59, the lottery numbers.
One number each. One number each.
Okay. And does it have to be double digits, single digits? Is there
it can be from 1 to 59, Jay.
Right,
so
1 to 59.
Or obviously a double. And as they come in, can you write them down?
I'm going to write them. Obviously I knew that I was going to have to write. So I've written them here.
Yep.
I write them here.
Or you can put them straight into your banner.
I'll put them in my banner, yes. You may hear a few clicking about because I'll have to type it in. But yes, okay, we'll do that so it comes up on the screen. But I'll pre-write them down here.
Yeah, okay.
So,
are you going to say go?
Yes. So it's... Everybody, it's the first 6 fingers on buzzers. Are you ready? Stick a number in between 1 and 59 in the comments. Nothing else. Go!
Something that means something, because it's apparently it works. It works if you choose numbers that mean something to you, then you're more invested in the whole process. So,
crikey!
All right, are we crashing the system, Joe? What's happening?
It's going for it. Can I pick them at random?
I think we should pick the first 6 because that's what we said we would do.
Okay.
So the first 6 people.
Yeah. If it's a duplicate, do I move on?
Move on if it's a duplicate. Absolutely.
Okay.
We want 6 different numbers, 1 to 59.
Okay. Right. That's all come in. Right. So give me 2 seconds. I'm going to make sure that I've got those up. I'm going to quickly create.
Do you want to just hold it up so we can see that we've got the 6 numbers, and then okay, so we have
these
6
numbers.
Okay, 21. Do you want to just read them out as you put them in, Jay, and then we'll know what.
So I'm going to the number 3. I'm going to do them in numerical order. If that's okay. 3, 11.
Yep.
13. 14.
Yeah.
21.
Yep.
And 28. Okay.
Okay.
If that's correct and I've done it right, I hope I have.
Let's have a look. Well, so we've got 3, 11, 13, 14, 21, and 28.
Yes.
Okay.
And that is what I've written down as well. There's no seeing me write that down, but obviously.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay. And they're all from, random people.
Yeah, from the comments. Yeah, the first 6. But obviously skipped a few that were duplicated.
Yeah, of course. Okay, all right, no worries. And so, so now that we've got them up on the screen, I will not let you change your mind. Okay, we're not going to let anybody change now. They are the numbers. Okay.
Okay.
And so, I need to tell you this. I've only played lottery a few times, but one morning back in 2016, I woke up with the overwhelming urge, a gut feeling, to buy a lottery ticket. So I decided to try this method, what we just did, this method of choosing 6 meaningful numbers. Yes. I bought the ticket, and then I sat there patiently watching, along with millions of other big-time gamblers, to see if my numbers would come up. And so the time came, the numbers were called, and do you know what, Jay?
Go for it.
I won.
Right. Okay.
£25. I got 3 numbers right.
Okay, life changing.
It was still worth going with that gut feeling, yeah. Because
sure,
I was £25 better off. So it was worth playing that game that day, just on a whim. And I might one day do it again. Who knows? But to be honest, Jay, this wasn't really about trying to influence or predict next week's lottery numbers. Because, as I'm sure you're aware, the balls are picked by machine, and it's impossible to influence the machine.
Yes.
However, it is possible to influence people. We are all influenced daily by the TV, the radio, social platforms. Politicians and media rely on us all to be easily manipulated. And I wanted to demonstrate how easy that is to do here tonight. You see, these numbers here on the screen are not next week's lottery numbers, but they are winning numbers. Well, some of them. You see, this has been here all the time. The mysterious question mark.
Right.
Is actually an envelope. And in here is a lottery ticket.
Right.
But not just any lottery ticket. Oh, no.
No.
This is the lottery ticket I played back in 2016 when I won.
Right.
And the numbers that I played were, let's just bring that in. Can we see that?
3, 11, 13, 14, 21, 28.
Let's just get that. Can we get that in a little bit more? Let's just see if.
Yeah, that's there. They can see it.
You got that, Jay? Is that all right?
Yeah, we can see it.
A little bit blurry, but I think we're just about.
I think people can get the gist that we don't like you anymore.
There we go. Well done, Chaturday viewers. You picked the same numbers that I picked back in 2015. That's amazing. Well done. Excellent stuff.
That's not funny. It's not funny. You know I don't like it. And now everybody else that is in the comments, all right, I know that obviously it's an After 8 show. For starters, you got this, and you've got
Thanks, Kev.
this, and you've got this, and you've got this.
Cool.
And you've got this. You're not making a lot of people happy right now, Mr. Mr.
Well, we're
Christopher. Yeah.
Sorry, you can call me Mr. Chapman as well. It's
yeah,
fine.
that's fine. It's not. Everybody, thank you very much.
Is Callum crying? What's that?
I don't know if Callum's crying. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if that's a laughter or a crying with laughter or a crying because this is just heartbreak. I don't know what that emoji is. I've seen it.
I don't know, but I'll take it as a good sign.
Yes, we'll use it as a good sign. Now, if that hasn't spurred you on right now to find out more, show it again. Get closer. Show that again. It's not a lie. They're on the screen. Okay. It's
really bugging my camera out now. Hang on.
Yeah, it's confusing. Right, yeah.
It doesn't like it now. There we are. Ooh, there you go.
You're upsetting a few people here.
We've got 2 cameras when we do the Zoom show, by the way, but
okay.
We didn't want to upset the show tonight.
Yeah, so as you see, make sure you head over to leechristoff.com/show. Make sure you sign up if you want to see more mind-blowing stuff like that performed live into your living room via your TV, laptop, iPad, whatever you want to do. Make sure
It's called Unlock Your Mind, Jay. That's what it's called, by the way.
Unlock Your Mind.
Unlock Your Mind. We didn't even say what the show was called, but there we go. So if you see Unlock Your Mind on Facebook, you'll know what it is.
Yeah, that's horrible. But make sure you go over to Unlock Your Mind on Facebook, sign up via Facebook. Remember, Lee is going to put an image of Chaturday Live of some sort of this show anyway on his Facebook page. Remember, you need to go onto his page and underneath it put the words "Pick Me," and Lee will pick one of you guys at complete random. And then you'll probably get a direct message from Lee himself saying, congratulations, you've won. Please give us your email address and he'll send over the codes and stuff like that. Mr. Lee Christoph, thank you ever so much for joining us on the show tonight. I do hope that everybody that has watched has been just as mind-blown as I have. If not, it's probably because I generally am shell-shocked. I'm not going to get over that. So thank you very much. Yes.
Thanks for having me.
No, thank you ever so much.
Great.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put in the stick in the comments, say some nice words and give it to Mr. Christoph himself in comments. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, Mr. Christoph. I'm gonna make you disappear now. That's my trick.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna finish. Thank you ever so much, Mr. Christoph. Cheers, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Anybody that knows me knows that is not, I do not like that whatsoever. I have said all week that is not my cup of tea whatsoever. Again, as you say, Lee Christoph /show. Go to the website, sign up if you'd like to have more information and be a part of that. Again, that is something that you maybe after lockdown, fingers crossed that comes really soon, that you get your friends and family around as well and get involved. It is a complete interactive show as well. No, Carrie, I will not be sleeping tonight. I'm going to be up all night worrying about how that happened. On next week's show, we have the fantastic Lindsay Goodyear, who's going to be on, personal trainer and fitness guru to the sports stars of Kendalltown Football Club. So we will be live from Kendalltown Football Club again, but this time we're going to be with Lindsay Goodyear. That is not to be watched. And again, I'll probably be put through my paces and a little bit of backstage information on how professional football players, train, warm up and do their exercises and how that is being done over Zoom as well from home. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you do like Chaturday Live's Facebook page. Remember to follow us. Go over to the YouTube page and subscribe to that as well. The bigger this show gets, the more people that can enjoy this fantastic show as well. All in aid of mental health awareness, making sure that people like yourselves are all at home and getting somewhat sort of entertainment that is not doom and gloom for the TV and the news. I've been Jason Robinson, the host of Chaturday Live on this wonderful Saturday evening, and I am mind boggled, and we'll see you all again next time. Cheers. Good night.